Okay, here is the program outline for the brand new beginner/intermediate garage gym hypertrophy program on the Educated Me Head on True Coach. That's a mouthful. First and foremost, want to thank you for signing up. So obviously you are watching this video because you signed up for my newest program. And I'm going to be putting out a bunch more garage gym based programs just because I've gotten a lot of requests for it. So let's just go over the program real quick, things to look out for, things to keep in mind. In terms of mandatory equipment, you'll definitely need some sort of cable machine or resistance bands. Now, the resistance bands, you're going to need multiple strengths. So either or, you could use cable or resistance band. Definitely need a squat rack, definitely need a barbell. Obviously, weight plates. An adjustable bench is going to be required for this. Dumbbells are preferred. In most cases, you could sub kettlebells out. Occasionally, that might be a little bit more difficult. I also included information about like if your dumbbells aren't heavy enough, how you could, use extended stretches to make them harder or use a barbell instead. And then you'll need something called a landmine. If you don't have a landmine, there's a cool landmine bomb in my Amazon list, which is on Instagram. It's in the Word document that you get when you sign up for a program, that master Word document that has taken me almost 2 decades to compile of info. It'll be on there. And then if you don't have a landmine attachment, they're cheap. You don't want a landmine bomb. You could just throw it in the corner of your room, your garage, I should say. You'll want to wrap a towel around the end of the barbell, right? And then add a little bit of like a lightweight on that side. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, just, Google search self-made landmine attachment. But yeah, you'll definitely want a landmine from there. Beyond that, for me, we know wrist straps are mandatory for back and hamstring motions, RDLs. So make sure you have those. If you're going to use a weight belt, different strokes for different folks, but I'm either of the mindset you either consistently use it or you consistently don't. But you do you, and then there's some like suggested equipment list. But yeah, that's really what you need in terms of equipment. So the program, it is going to be 2 rotations of 4 workouts a week. I go pull, push legs, not push, pull legs. I think pull, then push, and then legs. It just saves the low back. I think that order is a little bit better for recovery and able to push harder. So that's something that I do that is a minor detail, but I think that order is better. Now, everything is going to be superset based, or almost everything. If you don't know what a superset is, it's an awesome way to increase what's called training density and reduce your time in the garage gym, work a little bit of cardio. So there you have 2 exercise pairings and you're going to do them back to back. So I chose different muscle groups. That way one is resting, one is working. So it's pretty awesome. I love it. Now, you don't have to do them. If that seems too complicated to you, then do straight sets where you just do all the sets for that exercise, but you're working out at home, you might as well. So essentially what you're going to do, let's just pull up this first one. So the first pairing is a cable or band face pull and a 1-arm landmine row. So you're going to do your warm-up sets. Warm-up sets are mandatory. Make sure, like I said in the program, you do at least 2, but you're going to do your working set of the face pull, and then you're going to rest about a minute, and then you're going to do your landmine row. You're going to rest a minute, and you're going to go back to the face pull. I like resting a little bit of time. You don't have to. You could go back to back if your timing is short. You want to make it harder, but I kind of like a little bit of a short break in between, but you do you. 2 really big things to talk about. One, we have 2 different types of work sets, which are the ones that you're going to track and log. We have something called loading sets, and that's where the reps are continuous. There is no pausing. That's something I'm really anal on, really adamant about. I've talked about this on Blue in the Face a ton. We talked about it on the podcast, but I want continuous reps on those working sets. So you're not doing, 7 reps and then breath, rep 8, breath, rep 9. I want reps are continuous. So it's like you're running full speed towards the edge of that cliff, and you got to trust that when you run off the cliff, it is what it is. So that's the vast majority of your work sets are loading sets, where I really want you to focus on continuous reps. And then most exercises have back off sets where you will slightly lower the load, like 20%, and the rep range is a little bit higher. And then you could pause a little bit towards the end to extend the set. So I think continuous reps is a really, really important skill that nobody talks about, nobody focuses on. So I think that's really important. And then back off sets, yeah, you could lower the load a little bit, take a few breaths. Now, the last thing is something called effective reps, which is, how do we know we're pushing hard enough in the gym? So if you didn't know, when you are lifting a weight up, you're shortening the muscle. That's called the positive. When you are lowering the weight, the muscle's lengthening under load. That's called the negative. Okay, so in a curl, this is the positive. This is the negative. I want all of your work sets going to where the positive portion involuntarily slows down. So you don't slow it down just because you're in this assigned rep range, right? I give you an assigned rep range. Usually it's 8 to 12, 10 to 12, whatever. Don't just stop the set just because you hit 12 reps. If you're still cranking along, right, keep going and then know, hey, if I got 15 reps before rep speed started to slow down, I need to up the weight a little bit. But I'm going to challenge you and I want you to learn how to push a set until the positive portion starts to slow down. So yes, that is definitely an intermediate skill. So that's why this is like, it's not a true beginner routine. You could argue it's a true intermediate routine, but that's neither here nor there. I want you really focusing on developing the skill of pushing with good form until the positive portion starts to involuntarily slow down. You learn that, you learn continuous reps. Holy smokes, you will be set up for great success. Now, every single exercise is a detailed tutorial. 98% of them are my own. I would recommend looking at the workout the day before. The good news is you're at your home, so you don't have to, be stressed out about looking at tutorials in a busy gym. Yes, this program could be done in a gym as well. So if that's what you want to do, great. But yeah, look at all the exercises, skim through the Word document that you will get once you sign up. It's a lot of information. There's a lot of videos. Try to make it as easy as possible. And if the last thing is nothing is required for hypertrophy, meaning if a movement doesn't work for you, it causes pain, you don't feel comfortable doing it, you have an injury history, nothing's mandatory. So if you're not sure how to swap something out, I have no problem with you reaching out to me and I'll give you a quick exercise swap. That doesn't mean though I'm going to change the program because this is a template that everybody uses, but I could be like, hey, instead of this, instead of X, do Y. But nothing is mandatory. We're not powerlifters, right? That's great. So this is a routine that most folks should be able to do, no problem. But if something's not working, don't force it. If you can't figure out what to do, let me know. But other than that, again, honored and humbled you signed up for this. Make sure you're at least skimming through the tutorial instructions because a lot of times, even when I was doing one-on-one coaching and the few people I still work with, they'll send me training footage and guess what? There's stuff that's easily addressed in a tutorial. So yes, it is a lot of information. We know it's me, but I give it as actionable as possible. So just be patient. And then yes, a few times throughout the workout, I increase the number of work sets. Again, this is taking in mind that a lot of people are going to need a lot more volume than say what I would need. Because if I did this program, I would run myself into the ground. But guess what? That is because I've been doing this for 17 years and I've learned how to get better and better with training intensity and getting those effective reps. And you can too. So hope you enjoy this program. All programs are designed to be run 2 times in a row. There are 2 rotations, so I didn't swap out any exercises like I did with other beginner programs. But they are designed to be run twice in a row. Every workout has a second rotation. So I would recommend getting through it once. And then if you want to follow the game plan of doing everything twice, because I really think 16 weeks is the minimum we should do a training block, not 8, but I recognize people get bored. Let me know, and I have a second rotation of this workout. The same structure, but a few exercises have been swapped out. It's still fun. You keep progressing, but you're not doing the same exact thing for 16 weeks. So that's all I got for you. If you have any questions, let me know. Please let friends and family know about these programs. I just ask that you do not share the entire workout program. This is a lot of work on my end. So yeah, just honor that. And I'm excited to see all the glorious gains with the Z you're about to get.